So today, we're going to dive into a brilliantly elegant solution to a problem that, honestly, most of us have probably never even thought about. It's a really cool story about efficiency, design, and a unique keyboard that literally aims to let you speak with your fingers. Okay, so let's just start with the fundamental question here. If your language has, 26 letters, the answer is pretty simple. But what happens when you need to write with literally thousands of different characters? How in the world do you map all of that onto a little device that only has about 100 keys? And to really get why this is such a big deal, you have to understand the sheer scale of the challenge. See, written Japanese isn't just one alphabet. It's a mix of 3 different scripts working together. You've got 2 phonetic sets of characters, hiragana and katakana, which are all about sounds. And then, on top of that, you have thousands of kanji, which are characters that represent whole ideas. It's this incredibly rich but complex system that any keyboard has to somehow handle. So how did Japan solve this puzzle for the millions and millions of people who need to type every single day? Well, over time, 2 main methods really rose to the top and became the standards that pretty much everyone uses. So these are the 2 big players. By far, the most popular method is Romaji input. It's super intuitive. You just type out the sounds of Japanese words using the regular Roman alphabet we all know, and the computer's software just converts it for you. The other main way is called JIS Kana, where each key actually has a Japanese phonetic character printed right on it. This is more direct for sure, but as you can see, it makes for a much busier keyboard. Now look, these methods obviously work. Millions of people use them, but they're not perfect, right? Romaji is easy to pick up, but it often takes more keystrokes to get the job done. And JIS Kana, while it's more direct, can feel a bit clunky and maybe not the most comfortable for your hands. So this little gap, this space between what works and what could be way, way better, well, that created an opening for a third and much more radical solution. And this alternative? It's built on a totally different way of thinking. Instead of just trying to make existing keyboards work, this method completely reimagined the actual act of typing in Japanese from the ground up. This quote just nails it. It perfectly captures the whole idea behind the system, which is called thumb shift. The goal was never just to put text on a screen. It was to make the whole process feel as natural and as fluid as actually speaking the language out loud. And you might be thinking, this is some brand new thing, but no way. Thumb shift has been around for a while. It was actually developed by Fujitsu way back in 1980. It even got officially recognized as a significant piece of Japan's tech history. So this thing was born from a serious, dedicated effort to make typing faster, more efficient, and way more comfortable. Okay, so how does it pull off that natural speaking feeling? What's the secret sauce? Well, the secret isn't just in your fingers. It's in 2 of the most powerful and frankly underused digits we have, our thumbs. The whole magic trick is something called a simultaneous stroke. Instead of hitting keys one after another, you press a character key with one of your fingers and a special thumb shift key at the exact same time. It's really less like typing and more like playing a chord on a piano. You create the whole character in one single, smooth motion. Okay, here's how it actually works. Your fingers are on the home row, just like you're used to. But, and this is the key, your thumbs are resting on 2 big dedicated shift keys. So to type a character, you hit a finger key and the thumb key on that same side, all in one go. It's this one stroke, one character idea that just blows away the extra keystrokes of Romaji, and once you get the hang of it, feels incredibly fast and rhythmic.
So if this system is so fast, so efficient, and so comfortable, the really obvious question is, why isn't everyone in Japan using it?
And the numbers really tell the story here. Romaji is king. It's used by about 70% of people. JIS Kana is a distant second at around 25%. And thumb shift? It's tucked away in that little remaining 5%. Some folks estimate its dedicated user base is probably closer to 3%. It is the classic power user tool, not for everyone, but deeply loved by a small, dedicated group who swear by its advantages. So what's holding it back? Well, there are some pretty big hurdles. First off, there's a steep learning curve. People who've switched say that first month is genuinely tough, and you're actually slower than you were before. Second, you need special gear, either a specific, often pricey keyboard, or you have to fiddle with emulator software. But honestly, the biggest reason is just the massive power of the default setting. Romaji input works on any standard keyboard, anywhere in the world, and that gives it an almost unbeatable advantage. So after diving into this fascinating alternative, what's the big picture?
What should we really take away from the story of ThumbShift?
It really boils down to this. ThumbShift is a beautiful example of a design that's optimized for pure performance over just being easy for everyone to use. Think of it like a Formula One car. It's the absolute fastest, most efficient way to get around the track, but you can't just drive it on any old street. It's a brilliant solution that remains a well-kept secret, treasured by the experts who really need its specific advantages. And this leaves us with this really fascinating question about technology, doesn't it? Does a superior tool lose its value if it isn't widely adopted? It's that classic battle between the specialized absolute best and the universal good enough. Thanks for joining us for this explainer. And as always, keep asking questions.